वो फेमस डायलॉग तो सुना ही होगा आप लोगों ने, थप्पड़ से डर नहीं लगता बाबूजी, प्यार से लगता है। और पिछले 2 दिनों से मार्केट हमें बहुत सारा प्यार दे रहा है। निफ्टी इज अप 900 पॉइंट्स एंड सेंसेक्स इज अप 3000 पॉइंट्स इन लास्ट 2 days. And I strongly feel that we are experiencing something called headline risk. So stick with me for next 6 minutes to know my point of view. I can assure you कि आप मेरे लॉजिक से एग्री शायद ना करें, but you are not going to be bored for sure. So for 2 days now, we have seen the screens turn green. And why? Because Donald Trump said that he is brokering a peace deal with Iran. And that news has triggered a massive rally world over. Brent is trading at 98. And life for all SIP holders feels like a lovely afternoon. Just last week, as soon as crude oil started touching $140 a barrel and the economies world over, especially US markets, started bleeding deep red, Donald Trump said, "We are done with this war. We have met our objective and this conflict should end as soon as possible." सबने बोला हाई क्या बोल रहा है ब्रो? Donald Trump tried to distance himself from this Iran war so much that he actually blamed Pete Hegseth for this, saying कि इसने बोला था मुझे war start करने के लिए. He's a funny man. But then, when he was scrutinized further, he came up with this 15-point document allegedly sent via Pakistan. Okay, and that is the list of peace conditions as set by Iran. And as soon as anyone heard it, they saw an end to this war coming. Markets rallied and all is green for last 2 days. But let's check the hard facts in 2 stories. The American story. While whatever Donald Trump was doing, 5,000 US Marines were on their way to reach the shores of Strait of Hormuz on 27th March. So just think about it. Why do you send 5,000 forcible entry specialists to sign a peace treaty? So maybe it's a carrot and stick approach, or maybe it's a 5-day halt to get the hardware into position while the peace narrative keeps oil from hitting $150 per barrel, or crashing the global economies before the mission even starts. But let's say that I'm completely wrong. So let's now analyze this same story from the Iranian side. Now, throughout this discussion, Iran is continuously refusing to have any dialogue with Donald Trump. They are not even acknowledging it. And none of the Iranian leaders confirmed this news. And so much so that they are actually debunking it as fake news. But it doesn't really stop here. Let's analyze what this 15-point document actually says. So this document delivered via Pakistan says that Iran will dismantle every single centrifuge and hand over all their uranium to the US. And if this was not enough, it goes on to say one step further, says that Iran will give up control of Strait of Hormuz to international policing. So now let's back up a little bit. Iran's strategy for all this time was to bleed the enemy with 1,000 cuts, choke energy supplies and drive international pressure. And just when it looked like they're actually winning, they say कि अब बस मूड बदल गया और लड़ाई झगड़ा खत्म करो. We surrender, and we don't just surrender, we actually give up the nuclear option and the Strait of Hormuz too. बॉम्ब ले लो, टेरिटरी भी ले लो. भाई कौन है ये ईरानियन लीडर जो ऐसे नेगोशिएट कर रहा है? I really would like to meet him. Actually, all of us should meet him. So on paper, it looks like a great deal. In reality, this surrender document is designed to be rejected. The Iranians are actually rejecting it. Trump isn't offering a handshake, he is giving an ultimatum. Now again, I could be completely wrong here, okay, in interpreting this information, but doesn't this look like a proper information war? While the markets have rallied on the news, let's evaluate what has not actually happened. The first most important thing that did not happen is that the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. Iran and Israel are still bombing each other. Middle East in last 2 days has halted all flights operations. And these are confirmed news reports, but they are just not widely talked about. When PM Modi acknowledged in the parliament yesterday that energy can become a problem in the near future, I think we should believe him. If it was not going to be a problem, he would not have said it. He has nothing to gain by admitting a failure, right? And finally, the big question. Why are FIIs still selling? They dumped over 10,000 crores in just one session, and that too yesterday when the news came. The experts for long have told us that India is an expensive market. But look at the math. Nifty's PE has dropped to 20x. It's getting cheaper by the day. Yet, FIIs keep selling. They just don't stop. Why? Because they are using India as an ATM. Since our domestic SIPs provide so much liquidity, it's the easiest place for a global fund to pull out cash and cover their messes in the US or move to a 5% safe haven of treasuries. Plus, with the rupee at 93.7, they are losing money on the currency alone. So they are exiting to save whatever capital is left. So I have shown you 3 facts that are completely contrary to this market rally. We have 5,000 Marines reaching the shore on the same day the strike pause ends, which is the 27th of March. We have an Iranian leadership that is calling this peace deal a work or fiction. And we have FIs dumping thousands of crores while you and I are told to buy the dip. So the truth is, we are living through a massive credibility pump. The headlines about Pakistan mediating and Iran being indebted weren't meant for soldiers in the Gulf, they were meant for the traders on Dal Street and Wall Street. They needed to cool down oil prices and keep the global economy from snapping before the hardware was in place. So dosto, remember this. In an information war, the one who wins is not the one with the fastest news alert, but the one with the longest memory. We have seen this movie before in 2022 and in 2024. News readers don't have an accountability. They don't ask why the Marines are landing. That's why I suggest don't make decisions based on the mood of a green candle. If the Strait of Hormuz is closed, the risk is open. It's better to be late to a rally than being early to a massacre. So play it safe, keep your hedges on, and don't let your SIPs be an exit ramp for an FII. So that was my point of view. If you think I made sense, like, subscribe and comment. If you think I'm totally wrong, to batao kyun? If you have given me 6 minutes of your life, I can definitely give you 60 seconds to read the comment. So thank you for being so patient and listening to me. Thank you for tuning in and have a great day.